Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome replay viewers and those that are jumping on live. Turn this around. Hello, welcome. Oh, you know what? I left my notes in the other room. Hey, Rosemary, welcome. How are you today? Decided I have lots better light in here than in my other room. Hey, Bobby, welcome. I'm going to plug in my headset. Just a sec. Okay. I am doing fantastic, Rosemary. Thanks. Running a little bit later than I thought I was doing really good, and then all of a sudden it was a quarter after. I don't know. And I went to make my tea and realized it was gone. Thank you. I love it too. It's my favorite color. Plus it's blingy and it's Herbalife. Hey, Roz, welcome. So what's not to love about it, right? You know what? I seem to attract people that like purple because most of my friends, that's their favorite color. That's kind of funny. I am thinking it makes my boobs look kind of big. Okay. Thanks. In fact, I got this shirt from Bobby. And Bobby, you're purple today. That's awesome. Okay, so let's get started. Everybody that I see on here, I know, but some people may be joining in that don't know me or watching on the replay. So I want to just start out letting you know who I am. My name is Dawn. I am a personal wellness coach with Herbalife International. I focus on helping people take on their nutrition and live a healthier life, whether they want to lose weight, gain weight, just put simple ways to put nutrition into their life and eat healthier so they have better energy and feel better. Whatever their individual goals are, that's my goal for them. And so the part of this scope, the reason I do these scopes is to share the things that I've learned on my journey. I've lost 91 pounds, over 220 inches. That actually, I know it's more than that. I need to compare to my old ones. Last night I got on the Tanita and found out that while traveling this weekend, I lost 2% body fat and increased my muscle mass by 5 pounds. So that was pretty crazy. Water that poor plant. Yeah, I know. The only plants I can keep alive are the ones at the club. I don't know what the deal is. I have a brown thumb except at the club. So that's my focus. I also work with people one-on-one to achieve their wellness goals. We look at your nutrition, what you're doing, what your goals are, and make recommendations within that, as well as where our Herbalife products could support you, and then you make the decision. And that first meeting is totally free. In fact, working with me is free. That's a service I provide. So let's get started into today's topic. This all comes from Dr. Luigi Groton. He was one of our trainers this weekend. I know, right? It's because they were all healthy. My biggest thing is I need to eat more. When I eat more, my body fat drops. It's a mindset that we have to, even though I know that and I tell people that, sometimes I think I'm eating more and I'm not. So it's still a mindset for me. But one of our trainers this weekend was Dr. Luigi Groton. And one of the things that he talked about the, thanks, Roz. No, that's not Roz. Sandy. Thanks, Sandy. One of the things, among others, that he talked about was soy. We had one of the distributors there was, if you're eating the right things, it will, Roz. Okay. we had a distributor up there that was talking to him about some of the concerns people have about our products, so that he could answer them and we would have the language to answer those questions and those concerns. And the biggest one, in fact, the only one I even took notes on, because it's the only one I really deal with, is soy. People are afraid of soy. The men don't want to get moobs, and the women are afraid it's going to create extra estrogen in their bodies or cause them to have breast cancer or different things like that. But they're more concerned about their men and their boys having the soy and getting moobs. That's man boobs, if you didn't know. So he talked about soy and how it works in our body. It is, the most complete plant-based protein there is. Okay. It is also very sustainable. Yeah, exactly. And I'll talk about that. It's the most sustainable plant-based protein, or the most sustainable protein, period. Okay. But they feed soy to cattle, and they need to feed cattle a lot of soy because they're big, they need to eat a lot. And so agriculturalists and the farmers and the ranchers said, nope, soy isn't that great it's not that sustainable because we can't grow enough soy to feed our cattle. Well, but we can grow enough soy to feed the human population. Like Dr. Luigi said, cut out the middleman. Just eat it yourself instead of feeding it to the cattle and then eating the cattle. Now, he was not saying don't eat beef. He wasn't saying to not eat the meat-based stuff. But in fact, he said, I love a good tri-tip or a good sirloin. But there is not enough of that to go around. That is not sustainable to be able to be eating one every day. For everyone on the planet to be able to eat one every day. But soy we can produce enough without the GMOs. Okay, that's the other thing that's happened, is the GMOs. Soy, like 90+% of soy out there is genetically modified. Yep, and that's the other big problem, is the genetic modifications. And a lot of the problems people have from soy are because of the genetic modifications. They don't have anything to do with the soy itself. And if you think about it, genetically modified soy is not the same plant. It's not the same thing as soy. It's totally different. It's just like if we were to take your DNA and rework it, what we created wouldn't be you. Okay? Well, soy, corn, all of the other things that are genetically modified, that's a problem. Now, you can find non-GMO soy. One way to know is to look for the non-GMO project. If their little emblem is on something, you know that it's non-GMO. Also, I know that our Herbalife soy products, the soy, is non-GMO. That is one of the ingredients that we are in control of from the time the seed is planted until it's packaged and shipped off to you. Okay? And that's something that they feel strongly about and are working on getting everything that way. But we want to protect our soy farmers from Monsanto and his other cronies that try to put them out of business. Because that's important to us. So that our soy is non-GMO. So all of the stuff I'm talking about soy, I'm talking about non-GMO soy. Welcome. Also, if you think about it, in Asia, outside of maybe on the coast where they actually are fishing, but most of Asia, soy has been their primary protein source for thousands of years. I know, they're fun, huh? For thousands of years, soy has been their main protein source. And outside of the sumo wrestlers who are on a totally different meal plan, the majority of Asian men do not have moobs. In fact, until they started eating more of the Western diet, Asians have historically been very healthy and some of the more healthy people on the planet. So that, and they eat a lot of soy. So if soy is such a problem, why are they eating so much and why are they so healthy eating it? But what soy is, what it actually does in our body, it is a phytonutrient. That means it's a phytoestrogen, which means it's a plant estrogen. So it does for plants, kind of like what our tofu intake. Yeah, totally. I know people that I've had customers that have said the same thing, that they've had they were having hot flashes and they drink their shakes and they hadn't realized that they were gone until they quit. When they quit eating the soy or drinking their shakes, their hot flashes came back, but they didn't make the connection until they started drinking the shakes again and the hot flashes went away. So, I mean, and they eat meat in Asia. But yeah, tofu's awesome. If you can find non-GMO tofu, that's the biggest thing, is to make sure it's non-GMO. But as a phytonutrient or a phytoestrogen, it works totally different than the estrogen our body produces. Okay? And it is 1,000 times weaker than estrogen. So our estrogen is way more powerful than the phytoestrogens. And something else that's unique that I found in some of my other research is the next strongest phytoestrogen. Yeah, fish is a bigger part of Asian diets than like beef or chicken. They eat fish and soy. Yep, then that's a good tofu. But the next strongest phytoestrogen, and people are telling you to eat more of it, not eat less, is flax. And everyone tells us to eat more flax. Hey, Amanda, welcome. How's Leon? And how are you? So that's crazy. So estrogen, I wouldn't worry about that in your soy. That's the biggest thing I wanted to talk about today. In fact, I mean, he kind of showed us how it worked. He took a glass and he took one of our tablet bottles and he put it in. He says the glass is like the estrogen receptors. And so our bodies will accept that into the estrogen receptors. So it actually blocks some of our estrogen from being used. It actually works as an anti-estrogen. So it blocks some of that. So if we have too much, it prevents you having too much. But the other estrogen is way stronger, so it can counteract it over time. You're going to get enough estrogen. But that's why, in Herbalife, we have a lot of bodybuilders, male and female, okay? And they drink a lot of the soy as well as whey products. And they don't have moobs. They have some pretty nice pecs, but they don't have moobs. So if it was a problem, they'd be having a problem with it. And he says it does not promote cancer. I know a lot of doctors think that it does, but that's because they aren't getting the complete research information. You missed your estrogen? Yeah. So, in fact, he told us the top doctor, the top breast cancer doctor at UCLA, once she has, as part of the post-treatment after surgery, she actually sends her patients to Dr. Heber, who is the head of he's the director for the Center of Human Nutrition there at UCLA. She sends her patients to him for soy therapy. She prescribes for them to be getting at least 25 grams of soy protein a day. And she sends them to him to find out how to do that. So if one of the top breast cancer doctors is prescribing soy as part of the recovery for their patients, I don't know, that says a lot to me. That it isn't the problem that a lot of people think it is. And I'm not saying that the doctors that say not to have soy are bad. I just don't think that they have the complete information. The media really throws crap out there. Yes, definitely. This is all non-GMO. Make sure that your soy is non-GMO, because GMO brings a whole other set of problems. It really is a totally different organism. You know, they've genetically modified the organism. It's a different organism. It's not the same thing. And actually, the bag that I showed to begin with, that was in my beginning, I actually don't even know on this one. It's one we've had for a while in my freezer. I was just looking for a picture. And considering it does not say, I don't know that I trust it. Just, you know, my own concern about things like that. Yeah, they are. And I mean, I think that the majority of people that go into the medical practice truly want to help people. But the training they receive is how to treat symptoms, not how to find the cause of those symptoms and treat them. And so they do the best with what they've got and what they know. Thanks, Bobby. So that's, you know, so the biggest thing is just knowing that soy is not bad. It is not going to cause cancer. It is not going to, okay, see you in a sec, Roz. It's not going to cause cancer. It's not going to cause men to have moobs. It's not evil, as long as you're getting the non-GMO. GMO, I'm not even going there. I did a whole week on GMOs. Good morning. Are you home yet, Amanda? Or are you staying another day? So it's, you know, soy, it's not something to be avoided. Just be sure that it's the non-GMO soy. Couple things before we end up just chit-chatting and we recap or anything. I want everyone to make sure you're following me on blab.im. Tomorrow morning yes, non-GMO is okay. And we'll recap all that in just a sec. But I want to go through a few announcements and then I'll recap. Tomorrow morning at 11 Mountain Time, 1 Eastern Time, we are doing a Dr. Christine, the digestion doc, and I are doing a blab about digestive health, why it's so important, and a question and answer. So, you know, follow us, get on, ask your questions. I really want to pack it up for her. She has some great information, and if you're not already following her, she is absolutely amazing, and you want to follow her on here. Monday will be my 100th scope. So we're going to celebrate that. And we're going to do that by doing a nutrition trivia. Okay. All of the questions that I'm going to ask are going to come from the scopes that I've done. Thanks. It kind of snuck up on me. So we're going to do some trivia questions that are all based on my scopes that I have done. And they are all on Catch with a K. If someone wants to type this in there for me, it's catch.me/gethealthywdawn. Okay. So Catch with a K, KATCH.me/ and then just my handle, gethealthywdawn. So you can go, and through the weekend you can be watching a few of those. And I'm going to be pulling questions from there. I don't know how many I'm actually going to do. And then the first person that correctly answers each question will get a prize. And it's not just going to be a kudos. I will actually send something. Close, except it's ME. Catch.me. Otherwise you have it, Bobby, thanks. So that's going to be fun. So blab tomorrow. My 100th scope on Monday. Also in another week and a half. That's okay. Yes, tofu's from processed soybeans. So just make sure that the soybeans are non-GMO. In another week and a half, we're going to start our second Periscope weight loss challenge. Watch next week for some scopes that I will do. There'll be extra scopes specifically about them and how they're going to run and with the details and the information. So if it's something that you're interested in, this will take us through, we'll start it right before, or it'll be right after Halloween. This challenge will take us through Thanksgiving, and then we'll start another one through Christmas to help give support. But it'll take us, between the two, it will take us through this holiday season so that you can have that support if you are on a weight loss journey and you need that support to keep on the journey when you are surrounded at work, at family, at everywhere you go with unhealthy choices that are being shoved down your throat and people saying, oh, just one won't hurt you. But if you have one at this party and this party and this party and at this office and this office and this office, it really starts adding up. And especially when you're surrounded by people that don't understand whole foods, that don't understand the dangers and the poisons in those other foods and how addictive they are for someone, this is your support group, okay? And the scopes will be talking more about it and about the different levels you can be in it, but we'll be doing weekly nutrition scopes and be there as a support group to help you through the holidays, whether you want to lose weight, gain weight. I mean, the challenge is a weight loss, but weight gain, you still need that nutritional support, and we're here for you. We want a lot of people in here. The more people in the challenge, the more support we have, and the more fun the classes are as we interact. Also, there is the option to pay into the pot with it, and that pot, I don't make any money off of this. All of the money that goes into the pot is paid back out to the winners. And the bigger the pot, the bigger the prizes, and the more people can win. So if you're interested in something like that, follow me so that you see, and I'll have the hashtag WLC for Weight Loss Challenge for the challenges, for the scopes that are about the Weight Loss Challenge. If you know someone who needs that support, have them get on here and follow me so that they can also be in on that and getting that support just from at least one more place, getting that support, and we can help each other out. If you or anyone you know wants one-on-one personal support, that's one thing you will get through the challenge, but also that's something I do, so you can just reach out to me whether you want to be in the challenge or not. You have wellness goals that you need some one-on-one support with, then reach out to me and we can schedule a time to talk. Again, that also is free. I don't charge for that service. I just want to get the information out and help people get healthy, which is why, Get Healthy with Dawn, and why I do these scopes and share all of this information, try to break down some of the myths out there, and also do some training about whole foods and nutrition and why it's really good for us and what it can do for our bodies. So, Blab tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Eastern. 100th scope on Monday. Go to catch.me/Get Healthy with Dawn and jump through a bunch, through a bunch of those scopes. I don't know if you want to spend the time to go through all of them. I know not all of them are on there because some of them were challenge classes that were private. The next challenge, they're not going to be private, but I will only be pulling information from the ones that are on catch.me. So you won't find all 99 on there. And there were some that were just horrible bombs that got deleted. But most of them are on there. And that's where I'll pull the information. We have the challenge coming up, so watch for more information on that, or if you need or want a wellness coach. Okay, so back to the estrogen, back to the soy. Non-GMO soy is great for you. You too, Roz. Have an amazing day. Do you mind if I record some of your periscopes? What do you mean record them? What are you going to do with them? Why don't you direct message me and we can talk about that? Okay. And which scopes. So direct message me or find me on Facebook. And we can definitely talk about that. So let's see. Yeah. Non-GMO soy is great for you. It is. Thanks. Yeah. I enjoyed, that was another thing that I had gotten from Dr. Luigi. He had talked about how most people are not getting enough magnesium. So then I went and researched it and gathered all of that to help people find ways to get more magnesium. But I think the biggest takeaway for everyone about the soy is that it's not going to cause moobs. It's not going to cause cancer. It actually is an anti-estrogen. It's a phytoestrogen. So it's the estrogen for the plants, and it is 1,000 times weaker than the estrogen our body produces. So it will limit some of our estrogen, our body's using the estrogen. So if you're concerned about too much estrogen, it actually helps limit your estrogen. But at the same time, our body's estrogen is so much more powerful that if you need more estrogen, it's going to break through it so that you're getting all of your estrogen. So estrogen should not be a concern with soy. And for more details into all of that, you can go back and watch the replay, which unfortunately scrubbing isn't available yet, but it will be. I was way excited. I learned about that yesterday. For those that didn't hear that yesterday, I heard it from Alex Pettit, who pretty much knows what's going on. And that is something that is coming, that Periscope announced at some social media summit that they're at with Twitter and everything else. I think it's a Twitter summit, that scrubbing is coming, among a couple of other things, but that's the one I was most excited about, because once it's here on the replay, you'll be able to scrub or fast forward to sections. You'll be able to rewind. If you miss something, you can scrub back a little bit. Also, it will show on the replay with the scrubbing how long that scope is. Instead of just having a little bar at the bottom that moves faster with slow or with short scopes and slower with long scopes, you'll actually be able to see, oh, this is a 30-minute scope. Oh, this is a 45-minute scope. Oh, this scope's 2 hours long. And then you can decide if you want to scrub through it or watch it or what you want to do. So that is way exciting. That was probably my favorite thing about the new things coming out. The others didn't really apply so much to me. I know. I am way excited about that because I watch a lot of my friends on replay. I try to catch you live, but I don't always have time. I'm not always where I have Wi-Fi. A lot of people, like my good friend Leslie at Go-To Kitchens, she does a scope at noon Mountain Time every day. And at noon, I'm at my nutrition club. I'm running my nutrition club and making shakes for people and talking to people and being present there. And so I'm not able to be jumping on scopes. So she's one that I always watch later. Roz, I sometimes catch her cooking show live when I'm at the gym. But sometimes I don't, and I have to watch her later. Duchess Dudu often is later. These are some of my favorite ones. If you're not following them, you should. The Digestion Doc, sometimes I catch hers are random all over the time. So sometimes I catch her live, like I did yesterday. And sometimes, more often than not, I'm catching her on the replay. So that'll be really awesome. And then also when we do go rambling, you can scrub forward a little bit and see if we're back into the content. Scrub back a little bit if you need to. And stick with the content. And maybe that 2-hour scope that someone did, you can get the value, get the content, and not spend 2 hours. Or an hour. Sometimes my scopes end up an hour. I really try to get all the content at the beginning. And then we visit, and I recap and revisit. Yeah. Oh, so that you can go back and watch it. I know. And that's, I am way excited for when that happens. Yeah. No, I totally get it. And when you guys are watching the replay, you can tweet me from the replay. So you just go to share it, however you share it, depending on your device, either swiping left to right or bottom to top. and hit share on Twitter, then it's already here with the plugin. Ooh, okay. Then delete everything that's in there and put at GetHealthyWDawn. And you can tweet to me. Whatever question you have, you can tweet directly to me through that. So if you have questions or comments and you had to watch the replay, you can do it that way. I know, like Leslie and I do that a lot. Or Duchess, I've done that a lot with her. So that's a good way to be able to communicate and ask questions and reach out. You can also reach out that way and to say, you're interested in more information. If you direct message me, are you on Instagram? I am. GetHealthyWDawn is my handle on Instagram as well. I'm not super active on there, but I am on there. I am also, let's see, I don't know what all I'm on. Facebook, it's just my name, Dawn Little. But I do have a fan page that's GetHealthyWDawn. There's some good information in there. I haven't been super active on it lately. I've mostly shared out some of my Periscopes there. So I need to go back in there and update all that. But I do have my Facebook page. I'm also on Blab, GetHealthyWDawn, which is where we will be hosting the Blab tomorrow. Sweet. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to get the message out. I want to help people get healthy through this platform, through working one-on-one with people, because everything I give here is pretty general. But I definitely love developing relationships and helping people one-on-one reach their individual goals, because each of us are different and what our goals are can vary. So that's kind of where my focus is in life. I think that's where I bring my value to life and to the marketplace, is just helping people get healthy. That's me, kind of paying it forward, because my coach and mentor helped me, 91 pounds ago. Soy is good as long as it's non-GMO soy. If it's GMO soy, so genetically modified, then it's bad. If it's non-GMO, so it has not been modified, then it is good. So, like I said, the Herbalife soy, our soy is non-GMO. We're in control of that from seed to feed. Otherwise, outside of that, look for the non-GMO project. I don't think we don't do a lot of processed food, so I don't think I have anything here right now with that symbol, but it's a little butterfly. It says non-GMO project. And what they do is they're a nonprofit organization that looks for it. Yes, definitely read labels and look for that, because the labels aren't going to tell you if it's GMO. Right. As long as it's non-GMO, it's great. It is beautiful. It is the best plant-based protein on the planet. You just can't, it doesn't get any better than that. It's the most complete, the highest protein. There are some other good ones out there. Amaranth is another one that I like to add into my diet. Quinoa I love. Whole foods, you're going to be better off. Non-GMO, you're better off. But the soy is the most complete and the most sustainable for its level of complete protein. So I think that's it. So unless anyone has any questions, how's my time? Yep, I'm getting about time. Yeah. So Herbalife soy, you're safe with, or if it has the non-GMO project on it. Thanks, you too, Rosemary. If it has the non-GMO project, so it'll have a little symbol. It's like orange and blue with a butterfly. I think it's blue with an orange butterfly. It says the non-GMO project. They, now, just because it doesn't have that doesn't mean it definitely is GMO. But if it has that, they have checked it out and it is all non-GMO, everything in that product. They mostly focus on things that are made with high GMO things. Awesome. Have an amazing day. Luckily, we live close enough to the school. My younger son rides his bike to school, and my older son, most of his classes are online, or the ones that he actually has to go to. He either rides his bike or takes my car, and he's back by the time I have to leave. So my kids are old enough I don't have to deal with that anymore. But, so yeah, if it has the non-GMO project on it, it's for sure safe. If it doesn't, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. You just have to research it. Or the Herbalife is safe. So those are some ways to know your soy, and any non-GMO, anything that has the non-GMO, and even corn chips and different things. Hello, tomorrow's mom. I saw your name on someone's post the other day, and now I can't remember it. I want to say, is it Kate or Janet? And we are just wrapping up. We're just kind of hanging now. But so you can watch the replay and get all of it. Unless there's any other questions. We are doing a blab tomorrow with Dr. Christine at 11 o'clock Mountain Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, about digestive health. I know, it's going to be a blast. She is hilarious. And it's mostly going to be her. I'm just hosting it, but it's going to be her. So find me on Blab, same handle, Get Healthy W Dawn, and you can subscribe to it. I will also be tweeting it out, as will, and Dr. Christine keeps retweeting it too, because we want to build it up. Monday will be my 100th scope. And I'm going to be doing nutrition questions pulled from the scopes that are on catch.me/gethealthywdawn. So you can go through that over the weekend and watch some of those. And I will be pulling questions from that, and there will be prizes. We have a challenge coming up. I'm going to be really promoting it next week and giving out the information about it, but it'll start the following week. So those are some of the things. Also, if you know anyone that is looking for a one-on-one personal wellness coach, that would be me. That's what I do, and have them hook up with me, and we will meet over the phone or whatever and put it together. Yeah, 100, it snuck up on me. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. And so now I'm being really careful. This is my 99th scope, so I can't scope all weekend so that it lands right on Monday. So you will not see me all weekend, other than maybe on other people's scopes, but I will not be doing my own scope. This is my last one. I scope Monday through Friday, in the morning, about 8-10 in the morning, give or take. Roz will tell you I've been late a lot lately. And do a nutrition scope Monday through Friday. Weekends, it's just random stuff, and not every weekend. Sometimes I do additional scopes during the day. So yeah, it really snuck up on me, because I was shocked. I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe I've been doing this so much. Yeah, sometimes it is. I want to do weekend scopes, but I just can't seem to. That was my little notification that it's time to wrap up. I just can't seem to always do it. But I spend the weekend putting together my scopes for the week so that it's a little easier. You are welcome. I really enjoy this. It's a lot of fun. And it's a lot more fun now than it was in the beginning. In the beginning, I was basically talking to my phone. But it's a lot more fun now that I have people that get on and participate and ask questions and share information and developing some relationships. It's a lot of fun. Bye, Rosemary. I thought you'd already gone. You guys have an amazing day. I do a Happy Friday Skype blast. Might start doing a Happy Friday scope. Yeah, scope is awesome. I love Periscope. This has been, I think this is my favorite social media platform. Bye-bye. Because you can reach so many more people on a more personal level. You can get to know people. Yes, it is Friday. I have to go figure out my Friday fun day shake at my club. Oh, if you don't send your Skype out on Friday? Yeah. And if that's what you're doing, I mean, as long as you're consistent with whatever you do, I have some of the business people I follow on here have said that you should do a scope every day, even if it's just like a 30-second, this is who I am and what I do. And this is when I do my regular scopes. That way, when people go to follow you and they look and they see that you have no recent scopes, they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to follow them. Or, oh, they have a recent scope and they look at it, and if you have this little 2-minute blurb about who you are, they're like, oh, okay, great. Or they're like, okay, but you disconnect the phone on the weekends. That's a good idea. I don't. My mentor last night was saying, we were having a conversation after everyone left, and she was saying at 9:00 every night, all electronics are off. Her kids turn in their phones, and she unplugs the Wi-Fi, and she's not on either, at least until after they're in bed. And then she's either finishing up the stuff she hasn't gotten done, or she's not getting it done because she decides she's too tired. And I'm like, that might be a good idea. I kind of like that idea, especially with teenagers that have trouble getting to bed on time. But that also could encourage more family time. Yep, that was Debbie. We had a meeting last night, and then we had a coaches challenge meeting, and my husband's not part of that, so he went to visit his mom. And I texted him when the challenge was over so he could come get me. And so Debbie and I got to hang out and have some one-on-one time while we waited for him. Yeah, when the kids are older. When they're little, it's not as big of a deal, but when they are hooked on technology, which all the technology really puts a lot of electromagnetism into the air and can really mess with the chemicals in their brain and our brains. And so it's really good to do a detox. She was telling us about this gal in, I can't remember where, I want to say Washington, Oregon, somewhere in there, that is a counselor. And one of the things that she recommends people, especially when their kids are diagnosed with ADD or ADHD, is to do a week-long detox, no electronics for a week. I don't know how we do that, especially since I do so much of my business with my phone and online. And homework anymore is online. In fact, my older son, most of his classes this semester are online. So if he went a week without his laptop and without any technology, it would probably kill him. But beyond that, he'd have F's in all his classes. Can't have that. That's not very responsible. So can't do that, but we might take on electronics are turned off, Wi-Fi is off at this time, and if your homework isn't done, that's your bad. You had plenty of time during the day. You should have gotten it done. You need to plan your day better. So I don't know. We'll see. We're going to have a family meeting, and that may end up happening. Okay, that is I have to get off. So welcome, Erica. We are just getting off. Jump on the replay. There was some great information on there. Welcome. And also, in addition to talking about the soy and estrogen, we also talked about some things that are coming up, like a digestive blab tomorrow. Estrogen dominance. Not sure about what you mean by estrogen dominance. The estrogen our body produces is 1,000 times stronger than the phytoestrogen that's in soy. And so we talked about that. It doesn't cause more soy or more estrogen in your body. So go back and watch all of that. There was some great information. There was some great interaction. Love all my peeps on here. And I love all the new people that come in, and we can really reach more people and create a community of healthy people by, those who are health conscious joining, and also those and sharing and contributing, as well as those that are seeking support and becoming more health conscious and improving their health. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do the scopes for. And with that, I am going to sign off. I'm going to get my lunch prepared and go figure out what our Friday Fun Day flavor is going to be today at the club, and go help some local people get healthy. So you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a lot of fun, whatever you're doing. Be healthy. Make wise choices. And remember, you're fueling your body. That's what all food is fuel for your body. You are welcome, Lawrence. And you guys just enjoy life, and I will see all of you on your scopes, or on Monday, or tomorrow on the Blab. Tomorrow on the Blab, or on Monday. So, until then, keep it healthy.